You are watching Our Current Reality, the truth unashamed, unafraid.
What surrounds you right now? That's a question for you to answer. What do you think about when you wake up? Is it your job, your family, your friends, your money, everything else? Is it about your weekend? Maybe it's those who are closest to you. But what about God? We can say that we are not of this world, but is that really true? Now, you should ask yourself this question and examine yourself. Are you really following God and not this world? You see, the world is evil, period. Everything about the world is bad, from politicians to presidents. But don't be fooled by this world. It will do its best to trick you and pull you down to the ground, to the level, and swallow you up. If not whole, then piece by piece. You see, Satan has been part of this world for a long time, longer than me and you have. He has his ways, redefined to creep up and test you, tempt you, to get you to leave God right in the dust. This will not be blatant sometimes, but like a slow leak that little by little whistles away until the next thing you know is you that falls straight to the ground faster away from God than you should be. You see, Satan uses the world as his playground to try to bully you and pull the swool over your eyes to make you think that gun control and other things are actually true, and most ultimately off from God. He will use the world and all that it has to offer to poke at you and to prove to you, to get you to stumble. And when you do stumble, the guilt that you have will be capitalized upon to make you believe you cannot go back to Jesus, that you cannot be forgiven. I tell you right now, that is a lie. You see, Jesus defeated the world when he became the sacrificial lamb for each and every one of us. He opened the way to heaven for those who believe he is the way, the truth, the life. Satan and the world know this, but they will try to sway you away from the truth. And the world offers you so much fame and fortune, big houses to satisfy the sinful nature of mankind that sometimes seems impossible to avoid. The temptations that abound are everywhere. Sex, money, status, worshiping false idols, and the list can go on and on and on. Each man and woman has a weakness in this world and will find that crack to attempt to exploit it. Yes, the world will do this to you. You must understand the world does not love you. It doesn't matter how big and how small you are. The weakness is there. It will be found, and temptation will find you. So how you answer that temptation is what really, really matters. James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourself therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You see, the Bible is our roadmap in life. Don't know what to do in a situation? Turn to the Bible. Sure, the Bible doesn't have your specific situation listed, but the guideposts are clear. When you submit to God, you submit to his will. And his will is written for you in his word. The guidelines are there. The knowledge is true. And the truth will lead you to do the right thing. So who doesn't want to do the right thing? If you submit to God, you will not suffer the consequences of sin. Temptation is always in front of us 24 hours a day. It is always lingering about. Yet, we can hold strong to our beliefs and truth. We know when faced with this sort of adversity, remember, the devil uses the influences of the world to tempt us. His influence in the world will set the conditions for sin. But the commission of sin is not for Satan to take credit. It is on us individually for falling and falling. It doesn't matter what sin it is, whether adultery or theft or murder, sin is sin. When we commit sin, it is our falling. By guiding to the statistics in the Bible, the manifest words of God, we can fight and avoid sin. Will there be failure? Sure. But by living the world and leaving it away, we can start living the word as it is designed for. We can resist and avoid situations that will tempt us. When we resist the Satan, we face with temptations, confidence in ourselves, and the ability to fight temptation leads itself to us being better to fight temptations. It is completely possible. Don't let the world make you think differently. The world is witty in its ways, but God in His Word addresses each type of temptation. We can face and give broad brushing guidance to the face of temptations of the world, and resistance to the world is possible, but with God, the success can be celebrated. The more sin is resisted, the more that we will be to avoid future problems. So it seems as if each and every one of us have a special temptation or sin that we have to face, lingering day in and day out. It is our weakness, our cross to bear. And I know I have one too. I'm not perfect. It hangs over my head, ready to swoop down anytime. It is a daily fight. It is a never-ending battle. I'm at war with myself and my sin. You see, by resisting, I'm fighting that weakness I have. My problem, this: I don't always fight with God by my side, but by my own self-will. When this happens, it is when I succumb to my burden. Only when this happens do I realize my lack of submitting to God. Look, I'm not going to beat this up. We all need to submit to God to resist temptation, sin. This is hard. Yes. Will it ever be easy? No. The world will do its best to wear us down, but each time we resist, we are successful. Yes. The easier it becomes. You see, Satan's influence will always be in front of us, and we can either say yes or say no to whatever temptation is laid before us. Our feet, our face, our eyes, we can't avoid it, but we can resist by submitting to God's will for us. We will come out the other end. Victory is mine. Our current reality. This is our current reality. Truth unashamed,
Unafraid.